The Atacama Desert is home to some of the best preserved pieces of meteorites in the world. We accompany astronomer and winner of the National Award for Space, José Maza, in search of a huge majestic crater that resulted from the impact of a celestial object.
A meteorite is an object that strikes the ground. A meteor is an object that crosses the atmosphere. And a meteoroid is an object that is circulating around the solar system. We have all experienced during a storm a flash of lightning, and 10, 15, 18 seconds later, one hears thunder because sound travels much slower than light. If an object falls nearby, it comes at such high speed that it is faster than the speed of sound. And then there will be an explosion, a shockwave. In Siberia, it lasted 3 minutes. Astronomers discovered the first asteroid circulating between Mars and Jupiter in 1801. Since then, over 500,000 asteroids have been discovered. But most asteroids measure over 1 kilometer. Well, if such an asteroid fell on Earth, it would have terrible consequences. So there are observatories in Hawaii, Sagra, and other places, devoted to finding any near-Earth objects which might threaten us in the future. It is estimated that every 100 million years, a very large object may strike Earth, producing climate change lasting thousands of years and killing most of the living species. The last occasion was 65 million years ago. We could believe the people who think we still have 35 million years to go, but there is no certainty about this issue. Even tomorrow, a very large object could fall. Astronomers are watching the sky, and we can assure people that there is no object larger than 1 kilometer that is threatening the future of Earth for the next 50 years.
Este cráter es hermoso, es un cráter que está muy bien conservado.
This is a beautiful crater, well preserved. It's a crater that corresponds to an object that was not too large. Experts say that the object that fell here may have measured around 13 meters. But 13 meters, at the speed of impact, produced this terrible devastation, which can still be seen today. The crater is spectacular. I had seen it in books, but to see it here, on this natural scenery, is really extraordinary. I calculate that around 20,000 tons of rock were displaced here. 20,000 tons of rock were blown away in the blast caused by the meteorite's impact. It's a large amount of rock to move, and you would need a brutal amount of energy to move it. And this was a stone that fell from the sky, was buried here, and produced this enormous crater, which is very well preserved in this landscape. Well, every day our planet Earth is bombarded by over a ton of small residual matter, which we see in the night sky as shooting stars. Occasionally, some of these fragments reach the Earth's surface, but they are very difficult to tell apart from the rest of the ground. But here, south of the Salar de Atacama, it is easier to see them than in other places.
We travel 125 miles north of the crater of Monturaqui towards the village of San Pedro de Atacama. Here we meet a meteorite hunter who has gathered an impressive collection of thousands of these extraterrestrial rocks.
Mi nombre es Rodrigo Martínez.
My name is Rodrigo Martínez, and I'm the manager of this museum, the Meteorite Museum. It started with a collection around the 80s, when my brother Edmundo was doing his thesis on meteorites. I used to go along with him in these expeditions as a young boy. I was very eager, and he passed on to me this passion to look for meteorites and the importance of meteorites in the formation of our solar system, on the formation of planetary systems.
¿Cómo está Lorenz? Ay, cabrón. Aquí estamos, preparando para mañana. En el fondo, buscar meteoritos es
In the end, it's like doing astronomy, but looking towards the ground. That is what this is peculiar about this kind of astronomy. Well, since those days, which was about 27 years ago, I have gathered a collection of 3,500 to 3,600 pieces.
Acá les presentaremos la evolución del sistema solar, narrada por los auténticos personajes que participaron en esta gestión, que son los meteoritos. Dentro de los meteoritos,
Among the remarkable pieces in this collection, we could look first at the carbonaceous. I am a marine biologist, so I like this particular meteorite because it speaks about life. It traveled from a belt of asteroids, from an area where rich bodies of carbon were formed. And then, well, life is based on carbon. They bring organic complexes of different kinds, among which the most important are amino acids, the structural building blocks for proteins.